Welcome to another happy hour. Let me go ahead and tell you what we are talking about. So, I got to start with being honest, which I always do. It's not that I've ever lied to you, but can I be like really transparent with you, okay? I learned to collapse, like fall out tired, before I ever learned how to rest on purpose. I pretty much made all the mistakes of how to stay rested before I figured out how to do it the right way. Um, and I would say, it was like I would get to the point where my body literally just couldn't take it anymore. I would have to rest. So I had to realize that if I wanted things to be different, I had to be really intentional about resting on purpose, not resting when I thought I had time, or not resting when I felt like everything was done. Because I clearly wasn't getting to that point. So, yeah, I had to wait. I had to learn how to stop waiting until my body refused to not go any further. And the thing is, it was always preventable. It was always preventable. I just didn't have the right mindset around not pushing myself to that end. And yeah, it took me a while to figure that out. Um, I would say it's been a big part of what it's looked like for me to let go of capitalism, let go of hustle culture, and give myself permission to truly rest. So instead of talking about what that evolution looked like, tonight I want to talk about what it looks like to schedule rest, to rest with intention. And this is something that I've talked about in the past, but we need to talk about it again. We used to talk about it every single Friday, but it's time we brought it back. So that's what our topic is for today. I'm excited for us to get started. Let me go ahead and get our intro started so I can start saying hello to everyone in the chat. And then, yeah, we'll get started. You know what? I'll be honest. Another thing I'll be honest. I love to bring it back, but to bring me back and also and also I stopped I stopped I stopped making sure that I had my phone. So my car, forgive me, don't judge me. I had to but hey Megan. Today I would be at home right now in my little studio. Oh, cute. Yes. I'm still dreaming about that just in case you forgot. But yes, okay. Now that I've told you what our topic is and we've done our intro, we want to start by celebrating our wins for the week. So take a second and think about what are you celebrating from the last 7 days? Big, small, in between. Don't put any pressure on it. What's something that you want to celebrate that you accomplished? Listen, And I do this. I don't think I'll ever stop doing this because this is such an important practice. This is a part of our gratitude practice. This is a part of seeing our humanity and seeing our worth regardless of how much we get done. So take a second, drop it in the chat so that we can all celebrate you together. And while you're doing that, I will make sure I share some as well. Megan, I hope you had a good week. Happy Friday again. I'm saying it again because I never know if that music is too loud that y'all can't hear me or not. So it's because I have to go back and watch some of these recent ones, but that's okay. We're here. Okay. So what am I celebrating this week? First thing I'm celebrating this week, I had a date number 2 this week. We actually got to date number 2. I've been doing a lot of first dates. But we got to a date number 2 and it was a lot of fun. We went to go see Super Mario Galaxy at the movies. Um, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. We both have we both have like Monday, Tuesday off. Um, so yeah, we went to the movies. It was also fun. We acted like teenagers in the movie theater and in the parking lot, and I loved every bit of it. Um, so that's one of the things I'm celebrating from this week. Number 2, what am I celebrating? The music is a bit loud. I wasn't able to hear everything you said during the intro. Got it. Because I mean, honestly, the intro, it's supposed to just play. I'm not really supposed to be talking, but sometimes I still talk anyway. So thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that, Megan. I will keep that in mind for the you know what, let me check it right now for the intro and the outro. I don't even know if I can adjust that, but I'll figure it out. Thank you. Um, yes. So my second win for the week is I made some progress on the activities deck. I had been wanting to do this, and I was like, how am I going to make time? Um, and you know what? It was a little bit of I've been doing little tweaks to my business. Now that I'm working a full-time job, I have to change the way I operate in my business in order to make sure I have enough space to show up the way I want to in both. Um, and so I had to stop being an overachiever at work. And I started taking some time to do some things while I was at work, doing them from my phone because we don't have any clients in right now. And then also using Claude. I used to use ChatGPT. I've switched from ChatGPT to Claude because Claude is better for working, whereas ChatGPT is really good for lifestyle. So I started using Claude while I'm at work from my phone, and that's helped me get some things done. Otherwise, I'm just sitting there all day because we do get clients come in, but it's not busy. It's pretty slow actually. So that is my second win that I made some time to be able to work on the activities deck, and I'm excited about the progress, and I'm excited to keep working on it. Um, yeah, and I honestly could talk about that for hours because I really made some progress, but I want some of it to be a surprise, so I'm gonna wait. But just know that I'm getting excited. Megan said, "Oh, yay to dating and whimsy." Yes, dating and whimsy. Can you see it made my face? It's like a, not that I don't usually have an authentic smile, but it is a big smile. Like I enjoyed it. I enjoy his company, even though he's his own human. I don't say that. I don't want to sound bad, because it's not bad. He's funny. That's all. He's his own human. So yes, I enjoyed that. So that's 2 wins from this week. Let me see. What's my third win? The first one was second date. Second win was progress on the activities deck. Third win is I have scheduled myself a long weekend for the first weekend in May. And I'm very excited about that. It's going to be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, which is really good for me because I'll get it. I haven't had a weekend off since my birthday. I thought we were supposed to get one weekend off every week, but I mean, not every week, excuse me, every month. But I didn't get a weekend off in April. So I scheduled myself for a weekend off in May to make sure I get it. So yeah, I'm very excited about that weekend off in May. And we talked about the guy and I talked about that being a weekend that we kind of spend the whole weekend together. Because when you're first dating someone, you got to make time in your schedule to be able to meet up with them, especially because I'm a busy human and he's a busy human. And I wanted that. I wanted someone that has a life because there was another guy that I actually kind of liked him, but he immediately was like, You've got way more going on in your life than me," and he couldn't handle that. And I was like, "Okay, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, we're not a good fit. Then we're not on the same frequency," is what I said. It was the actual word I said. And he was like, "No, I don't think we are right now, but maybe it'll come back around." I didn't even respond to that because I was like, if you don't have a lot going on in your life, I'm never going to be to that point because I like fully living my life. Like, I'm not ever going to be sitting around waiting for a man to hang out. If you want to hang out, then you need to come up to my frequency. I'm not coming down to yours. So yes. Um the second date guy has not been like that. We've been meeting each other where we are. He actually called me right before I got on here, and he didn't trip that I had to get off the phone because I was like, "Oh, wait, I should have called you on my way home. I didn't think about it, or I should have called you on my way here. I didn't think about it. I'm gonna have to call you afterwards." And he's like, "Yeah, absolutely, no problem." So look at that. I like when things fit together. Megan said you're glowing. Thank you, Megan. I received that. Listen, you can't see it right now, but I finally, remember I told you my positive anchor for the year. Last year, my positive anchor was make space for this year to be magical. And I had that on my phone, I had it on my iPad, I had it on my laptop screen, like I had it everywhere. This year, I made my positive anchor, but let me be clear. I didn't sit down long enough to make my different screen covers, okay? But last week, I was like, you know what? I really miss seeing. I know that my new positive anchor is something different and it's not on my screens. I got to get myself together. So I finally sat down. I used a little bit of AI, but it didn't quite get it right. So I had to play with it. But long story short, I finally got my positive anchor on my screen. So my positive anchor for this year is slow is momentum. Um, because there's a part of me that always wants to push myself harder to go faster because I just want to hurry up and get it done. I just want to hurry up and get to the results. But when we do that, we're skipping over the journey. We're skipping over the adventure. We're essentially skipping over the fun part to try to get to the end. And I know that. And I want to be more cognizant and be more intentional about enjoying every step, like every up, down, in between. Um, and I want to enjoy that same slowness even in my business. I have put so much pressure on this business to hurry up and take off. And honestly, every time I try to make it hurry up and take off, I set myself backwards because I end up doing something that I'm not ready to do. Um, and so when I was thinking about my positive anchor for this year, I really wanted to remind myself that taking my time, that slowing down is the exact momentum I need to get to where I want to go. And so I finally got it on my screens and I love it. It's a cute little snail. with a big hill that he's trying to climb, and it says slow is, and then momentum is a part of the hill. But he's climbing a hill one little step at a time, and that has felt really good to even see that on my screen and keep reminding myself. So yeah, um, it slows momentum in at work, which I've had to like slow myself down because your girl got to work and was like, I'm gonna take over the world because I just am an ambitious human. I just do that in everything. So I did it at work. I was doing it at my business, doing it in relationships, doing it in every single way. And this positive anchor is really reminding me that save the ambition for where it needs to be, and it doesn't need to be everywhere. Ambition needs to be well placed, not in every situation. So yes, okay. Megan said, "Glad the first guy didn't waste your time, and the other guy seems like a better match. Also, he has his own life. The other guy seems unambitious. He did seem, and you know what? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he told me that he had had his own business and that he decided to go back to work. And I understand that that can change things. Um, but even besides that, even besides him taking a, I say that to say that he might have been taking a break from his ambition. But either way, the other part that I noticed, y'all, when the second guy got to the date, he reeked of alcohol. And I was like, oh my, I wonder if this man is an alcoholic. Now, sometimes you could smell like alcohol and you're not actually drinking. Sometimes you just got other stuff coming out your pores. So I don't know. He might not have actually been drunk, but because he wasn't like bobbling all over the place. But there was that. There was a couple other things that I was like, I'm not sure this is going to work. So when we realized we weren't on the same frequency, it was absolutely fine. It was so fine. So I agree. I'm glad that we didn't waste each other's time and we were able to move on. And I had said during the date, I was like, if for some reason we find out that this doesn't work, then that still makes this successful because the whole point is to figure out if we're compatible. Not for the goal is not to get married, but to figure out if we're compatible. And once we figure out if we are or not, no matter whether we are or not, that is a successful dating experience. So we just ended that one pretty quickly. So yeah, it was good. Okay, I love it. Oh, Megan's got some wins. Come on, boo. Megan said 147 days meditating. Yes, 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 yes. I love that. Listen, I found this little doodad earlier that I was like, let me use that today. Clapping. You see my little hands clapping? Clapping again. I know it was corny, but I wanted to use it. That's an amazing one, Megan. Okay, the second one says, I made amazing progress cleaning, organizing, and unsubscribing my inbox. What? I love it. From over 400 plus emails down to 137. Girl, that is amazing progress. You weren't playing. You said 200 plus emails out of here. I'm into it. Yes, I love it. The number three, canceled subscriptions I'm not using. That's lovely. That's lovely. I'm so excited for all the progress and the diligence that I know you've been doing the work for. And I know there's been ups and downs, and that's all part of it. But listen, you are making so many strides, Megan. You don't need me to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I am absolutely, absolutely so proud of you. So proud of you for showing up for yourself, getting what you need, doing all of these things. Like, yes, 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 yes. I love it. Oh, you didn't see the hands clapping? That's okay. Let me do it again. Here. It's just, see, the thing is, it's a little hand. Did you see it? Oh, wait, did it? It's like doing it, clapping in different places. Do you see it? Okay. I hope you saw it. If not, here, let me do this. So I hope that you feel the love, and I hope you saw the clapping hands. Well, that lets me know that maybe it doesn't actually work. Maybe I thought that was something and it's not really a thing. Thank you so much for sharing your wins, Megan. I love celebrating you when you share, and regardless of whether you share or not, but I love celebrating you specifically. So that's amazing. I'm happy to hear all of those wins. And if you guys are catching on the replay, share your wins. Don't think that just because you're not here live that you can't share your wins. Megan shared hers last week when she wasn't here. Prime example, just go onto the comment section of this video on YouTube and share your wins in the comments, and I will come back and celebrate you and clap and like and heart and all the things, okay? So take a second and share your wins. Yes, I'd love to hear from you. Megan said, "Thank you. I received that because I be feeling like I'm going in circles and on the struggle bus." You're not on the struggle bus. Not at all. Not at all. It's actually one of the things that I think is so important because a lot of times when we think we're going in circles, we think that it's just a circle like this. It's just like, and I'm like, listen, you're not going in circles, you're climbing a mountain. And you think you need to climb a mountain where it just goes straight up the side. But that's not the safest way to climb a mountain. That's not the way the goats climb the mountain. That's not how we climb a mountain, okay? The best way to climb a mountain is to circle the mountain and every time take a route that takes us higher and higher to the top. Or sometimes it looks like this. You know, have you seen those roads that go like that? But it's not just straight, it's not a straight shot. And so when you do that, you hit some of the places on the mountain that you've been before, but you're still getting closer to the top every single time. So, yes, it feels like circles, but it's not circles. It is progress to the top. Okay? Okay. Yes, Megan said, I still didn't see the hands, but thank you for celebrating me. Okay, you're welcome. I don't know what happened. So the hands don't work. I'm glad to know. It's like it's supposed to be a you know how on Zoom you can hit it and like the little hands will fly up and you'll see the person's name. Yeah, that's what it was supposed to be, but it didn't do that. So I'm sorry. I'm glad I played the music instead or the sound effect instead. All right, so we celebrated our wins. Our next thing is to claim some stickers. So if you are new to joining us for Freedom Fridays every week, you have the ability to claim a sticker. Well, Rashidat, which I always forget to introduce myself. Hey, if you're new here, I'm Rashidat. I am a lifestyle coach and your rest mentor, all about helping you create a life that you fully enjoy, not just winning at work, not just being ambitious. Because, you know, I talk to Maverick, Ruler, um, alchemist people, if you're into the money archetypes, who are used to being ambitious, but sometimes we let ambition take us so far that we forget to rest, that we forget to fully enjoy life. Um, but listen, we got to claim that back. We got to receive that ability to be to fully enjoy life. So I'm all about helping us do that. And this live stream podcast is one of the ways that I help us do that. So we celebrate our wins, and then we claim stickers. That brings me back to what the actual topic was when I took a little detour down the topic. Okay, so claiming a sticker, the way that we do that is if you have taken time at all this week to um, prioritize you, to prioritize rest, to make some time for fun, um, then I want you to claim a sticker, okay? And this doesn't need to be like, oh, I took a whole week off. If you did, that's great. But when we're so used to and so locked into being ambitious, to doing the work all the time, we forget that not every bit of rest is going to look like a week off. Like, you shouldn't need to wait until you need a week worth of rest in order to take it. You should be taking time for rest and fun every single day. Every single day. Let me say that one more time. Every single day. And so I want to reward you for the weeks that you take time for rest and fun every single week, even if it's just once. And here's the beautiful thing: once you do it 1 week and you get a sticker, you're like, oh, I like this sticker. I think I want another one. Just like when we were in elementary school. So then the next time, next week, you're like, oh, yep, I'm not hesitating. I made time for my rest and fun for this week, and you're claiming another sticker. And before you know it, your rest and fun has snowballed, and it's empowering you. It's getting you set up to really fully make your whole life that, rather than just an event. So if you are claiming a sticker today, go ahead and put hashtag sticker in the chat. And I'm going to go ahead and get the spreadsheet ready so that I can put your sticker in the spreadsheet and you can see your progress overflow and grow. That's what I likes to see. Okay, let me see. Let me make it a little bigger. There we go. All right, so if you are claiming a sticker, go ahead and put hashtag sticker in the chat. Yes, Megan is claiming her sticker today. Yes, ma'am. Let me go ahead and get your sticker in here. Here we go. All right, so the stickers for today are rain. Listen, we need that rain. It might be May showers. We got a little bit of rain, but we could definitely use some more. You know that pollen count is killer. It's absolutely killer. Okay, so we got Megan right here. There we go. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So if you are catching us on the replay and you want to claim a sticker, again, just like you could leave, um, just like you could share your wins in the chat or in the comments, you can also claim a sticker in the comments as well. So go ahead and put hashtag sticker in the comments of this video, and I will make sure I add you to the spreadsheet, even if you've never done this before. Okay? I love it. All right, so we can stop sharing and let's go ahead and jump into the topic for today. So today's topic is, if you don't plan rest, your body will plan it for you. Your body will shut you down and say, boo, mm-mm, mm-mm. We're not to be acting like a machine over here. We can't do that. So the way that I have learned to keep myself from getting to that point, and it's very, very important. You guys, rest does not happen by accident. And I know you've heard me say this before, but I'm gonna say it again. It doesn't happen by accident, and the more that we're intentional about it, the more that we actually schedule it out, way more likely that we'll actually make time for rest. Now, there's a good chance that you might schedule it out and you come to that time of the rest where it pops up on your calendar and it says, do this rest activity for the next 15 minutes, and you skip it. But if you start seeing that enough, you'll start to realize how much you are ignoring rest, and it'll start to make you say, oh, I actually want to do this differently. Like, I actually keep saying I want rest, but then when I make time for rest, I don't show up for myself to rest. And I don't want to keep I don't want to keep doing that to myself. We can't be mad at our job, at our kids, at our husbands, at our parents, at we can't be mad at all of these other people for us not getting rest if we're not showing up for ourselves when it's time to rest. I know that might sting to hear that, but some of some of our lack of rest is our own fault. Now, that doesn't mean that there's not other factors. There are. But the more that we can take responsibility for being intentional about our own rest, the more that we can actually start shifting our life to make it a priority. And so that's what this is about. If you want to see more rest in your life, you've got to schedule it. So, the way that we used to do Freedom Fridays every week was that we would do a weekly co planning session where we literally got on here. I put on a Pomodoro timer, it was on for 25 minutes. And we would literally go into our calendars and schedule time for rest. We would do a body scan first so that you can ask your body what kind of rest you need. Then you would kind of figure out, okay, well, based on this kind of rest, then you would figure out some activities and how many times a week that you want to do it and for how long you wanted to do it. And you would choose all of those things. You want to choose all of those things in your planning session, not on the day and time when you're supposed to rest. Because if you wait until the day and time you're supposed to rest to choose all of those parameters, you're going to choose it based on what's happening right then and there, based rather than doing it based on what you actually need. I need you to prepare and set yourself up for success by not putting yourself in a place of decision fatigue when it's time to show up for yourself. Know how you're going to show up for yourself beforehand. So when it's time to show up for yourself, all you got to do is show up. Okay? It's one less thing to figure out, one less thing to work on. All you got to do is do it. Okay? So, um, yes, that was the main way that I suggest showing up, or the main way that I suggest being intentional about getting rest is that you take time and you schedule it. You figure out what you want to do for rest, how long you want to do it, and you schedule it in your calendar for however many times that you want to do it over the week. If it's 7 days in a week, maybe you schedule yourself for 3 times of rest during the week. And then if you do those really well, then next week maybe you'll bump it up to 4, or maybe you'll make each session a little longer. But I don't want you to do it where like you go from 0 to 100. Like, don't go from being completely ambitious to trying to be restful all the time, because then your brain is going to start duping you into believing that you're lazy. We don't want to go from one extreme to the other. We don't need to pendulum swing. We need to find the happy medium, okay? So that we're going like this rather than like this. Okay? So start kind of small. Make it simple. You just maybe for your lunch break, you go take a walk, or maybe you take an extra break during the day, or maybe your fun activity is to um, listen to the next chapter in this comedy book that you're reading. Right now, I'm listening to Marriage Be Hard by Kevin on Stage and his wife. And it is funny. I have literally laughed out loud so many times. I'm actually going to be sad that the book is over. Um, but yes, like, be intentional about thinking through what are different ways that you want to add more rest and fun in your life. Now, I know that that could be difficult. I do have a solution for that. Remember that activities deck that I was saying in my wins, I'm very excited about. With that deck is going to be um, 7 different types of rest, and there will be fun activities in there too. And the way that I would suggest you set it up is when you're doing your planning for the week, your rest planning, you decide I'm going to do 3 different rest activities this week for, I don't know, 20 minutes, okay? You put those in your calendar and then you just keep your handy dandy deck with you. And when it's time for your rest, You just pull a card and you do what's on the card. And it's also to kind of get you out of a rut of trying to rest in the same way. It's so easy to get in the habit of just numbing out, of just laying on the couch, of just trying to ignore or escape in your life. Those are not necessarily things that fill your cup. You want to do activities that are going to fill your cup, okay? Um, so yes, you want to schedule those times out. Now, there's a good chance you might also be that person who is like, listen, I get tired. I don't want to schedule anything. I just want to be a spontaneous butterfly. I'm going to tell you two things about that. I'm going to tell you your best rest is going to come when you schedule it because you're not a kid anymore. I hate to tell you that. There's something beautiful about being spontaneous, and the way that I would say that is like be spontaneous in what I was saying with the rest deck, where you schedule the time and then you have a couple options set up, or you have the rest deck, you have the activities deck, um, you have it ready, and you just pull a card, and you that's what makes it spontaneous for you. But really, when you if you want to show up for yourself, you have to be just as intentional about how you show up for yourself as how you make time for everything else. If you can make time to schedule work, I need you to make time to schedule time for you. And if you're not to that place right now, know that's the goal. That's where we're trying to roll you into, you know? Um, and it takes some time. It takes some time. I didn't start off like this. I started off feeling like rest was going to just fall in my lap. I started off thinking, oh, if I got everything done, and of course I would rest. And instead, I never got everything done, and I always felt like I was behind. Like, these are the ways that we stop feeling behind when we start intentionally stop overbooking ourselves and start making time for rest. Okay, it's so important. But like I said, if you're not ready to schedule it yet, the other thing that you can do, I want you to get some post-its. You know what? I don't know if I have them with me anymore. I think they're at home at my desk. But I want you to get some post-its, and I want you to choose a rest activity, and I want you to write the rest activity on the post-it, and then however many times that you want to do that rest activity this week, say it's take a walk outside in nature. You write that down on the post-it, and then you say you want to do that 3 times this week. Then you put 3 squares on the 3 check boxes on the post-it, and then you put that post-it somewhere that you can see on a regular basis. Maybe it's on the door heading out of your house. Maybe it's on a refrigerator. Maybe it's on your bathroom mirror. Maybe it's on your television. Um, but places that it you'll see it, and every time you see it, I want you to go do one of those activities until you've done the 3 activities, the 3 occurrences for the week. Okay. So if you're not ready to schedule it yet, no worries. I'm actually not trying to shame you. I just want you to know where the goal is. But in the meantime, the post it idea is a perfect way to get you started, to get you moving towards that place where you can be. Because this is not just about scheduling it, it's about being as intentional with yourself as you are intentional with other people and other responsibilities. That's what this is about. It's not about taking away spontaneity. It's about giving yourself that much care as you give everybody else. Megan said, um, I gotta I gotta up my rest game because I usually end up just napping or just on my computer to wind down. Yeah, it's so easy to just get in a rut of doing things that actually are probably more numbing than actually filling our cup. They're not things that are making us feel refreshed, making us feel inspired, making us feel empowered. Those are the things that make our life feel fulfilling. Um, and it's not just about just numbing out, but I get it. I also get it, you know? And so, again, that's what this intentionality, that's the reason this practice came into place, was because I was teaching myself how to be more intentional with myself, you know? Megan said, since the weather finally seems to be getting better, I'll at least be more likely to want to go outside. Girl, I completely understand because none of us going outside in the cold, except Keena. Keena was the only one that was going outside in the cold. But the rest of us were not feeling it. I get it. Me neither. So, yes, now that it's getting warm, it's a little easier to do some of the restful things that also don't cost money, that are just being free. So, yay, I'm feeling that same way, girl. Megan said, there's a ladies walking club here in Detroit that I've been thinking about trying. I love that. Yes. Give me a chance to get out of the house and meet some new people. I really love that idea. And that's the other great thing that that'll help you put your rest routines, or to put rest on autopilot, is if you create a routine, if you find a club that meets regularly, something like that that can help you stay on track, where you don't have to think about it. You just know, oh, it's actually, if you think about atomic habits, this is called habit stacking. So the fun thing that you like to do is meet new people and to get outside, but it's also a rest activity. And it's also exercise. When you do all of those things together, you are stacking beneficial habits, restful habits all together. And so you're not just doing exercise, you're not just meeting new people, you're doing all of these amazing things together. And if you get that on a routine that you can do that every week, now you're starting to automate your rest so that you're getting it on a regular basis. Listen, that's when you're getting from beginner is the post it, okay? You're starting to get into advanced when you start getting, or excuse me, you're starting to get into intermediate level rest when you start creating and getting hobbies that help empower rest and fulfillment in you. And then when you're really scheduling it and you're making sure you do these things on a regular basis, you're getting into advanced. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes to the routine. Yes to going out and hanging out with the girls. Yes to doing the walking club. I'm into it. I love it so much. Yes. Okay. So, yes, that is what I wanted to share today. If you've been feeling like you're really tired, or like you'll finally get to rest when everything is done, I'm going to tell you the honest truth from experience. It doesn't work like that. And I love you. And I don't want you to waste any more time hoping that rest is going to fall in your lap, because it's not. And when you take back your responsibility, when you take back your ownership of your rest, rather than just hoping it comes on its own, when you take back that ownership, you set yourself up to actually achieve the whole goal that this is all about, to fully enjoy your life and not just when at work. So I hope that you'll take some time to do that. I hope that you will um, stay connected with me so that when the rest activities deck comes out, you'll be ready to buy it and use it, not just buy it, but use it. Um, yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting you that extra tool and resource to help you do that as well. So, okay. All right. So now that we've talked about our topic for tonight, let's go ahead and wind down for the weekend. As I told you, my weekend is actually officially, excuse me, Monday and Tuesday, but that's okay. Even if you're not even if your weekend doesn't start tomorrow or it's not starting right now, you can still come back and watch this video when it's time to wind down for the weekend and do your wind down then, okay? Or you could wind down now and then wind down again, okay? All of it works. So there's three things that we do to wind down for the weekend. And step number one is to check your phone, check your iPad. Y'all, I traded in my iPad. Um, it was time. I'm gonna get a new one, but not yet. But so now I'm just checking my phone and my laptop. But check your iPad or your check your tablet, check your phone, check your laptop. Um, for Windows that you have just running in the background, Windows that you just have open that are calling your name, and every time you see it, you're like, oh, I need to work on that. Listen, if you haven't worked on it yet, it's not a priority, and that's okay. I want you to make time for priorities, not for things that are not that important. But I'm not saying to throw it away. I'm not saying it's a waste. I'm saying save that tab, bookmark it, come back to it later, and close it. Just like on your computer, especially if you use Google Chrome, it'll say, oh, closing that tab freed up 356 megabytes of space. That's the same thing that's going on in your mind. This is called emotional decluttering, okay? We are decluttering all of the things that are clogging up our mind and up our space and up all of these different things around us. And we're getting rid of it so that we can make space for the things that we actually want. You haven't lost that bookmark. You can come back to it when it's finally a priority, when you actually need it. And guess what? If you never come back to it, that's okay too. So declutter those things. Close some tabs. Save them as bookmarks first if it makes you feel better, but close them. Close them down. You don't need them. Close it. Allow yourself to fully shut down and rest, okay? Megan said, I wish the US let us prioritize rest and actually enjoy life like other countries do, instead of encouraging us to die at our desks. Girl, I wish too. I wish that we didn't. I wish that this wasn't a company of capitalism, but that is exactly what it is. And it's been breeding since the times of slavery. But that's even more reason why us being intentional about it and choosing to step away from that is so revolutionary, so important, so needed, regardless of what our capitalistic country and culture does. We can still choose for ourselves that we're not going to be slaves. That's what we're doing, okay? So, yes, 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 yes for that. Okay, so step number one, close down some windows, okay? Step number two, and actually, if you want, let me know how many windows you are closing. Listen, I'm going to save this one right here. File, add to start. Closing this window. Let me see. Actually, this window could close. That's two windows closed. This can close. That's three. Mm, let me see. This window could close. That's four, five, um, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Okay. I closed 10 windows today. And here's the thing, I don't need you to go from 0 to 100. Even if you just think about closing windows today, that's okay. You might not do it today, but you might want to do it next week. You can work yourself into it. No shame, no pressure. Okay. So Megan said, I closed 4 tabs. Yes, yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is about progress, not perfection. So, however many windows you close is absolutely amazing. Okay, so now that we've closed down some windows, the next step is to choose a fun meal that reminds us I'm resting this weekend. I'm not at work. I'm shutting down from work and I am completely in my rest zone. Okay. What is my fun meal gonna be? Listen, I told y'all last week I wanted some grilled chicken wings. I went to this barbecue place and I got some wings. They were smoked, but I think they put them in the fryer after they smoked them. I did not enjoy it. So I still got to find me some a place to get me some grilled chicken wings. But you know what? I didn't end up started looking for just some fried chicken wings because that's easier to find. So I might do that instead. So maybe I'll do that this weekend. What else? Yeah, I think that might be what I do. And no matter what, I know on Monday we'll have something fun. Um, we'll have something fun for our next date. We already it's gonna be on Monday. So yeah. Okay, so you choose your fun meal and then what's your fun activity? My fun activity for the weekend is going to be on Monday. We're spending the day together. Um and he works at night. And I work during the day. So we're gonna spend the day together, but there's definitely gonna be a point in time where he is going to need a nap, and that's going to be great. He can lay next to me, and I'll do some work, and then we'll hang out again for dinner. But yeah, this will be interesting because it'll be the most time that we spend together. So that's going to be my fun activity for the weekend. So I hope that you have taken some time to close some tabs. Yes and amen, Megan. I hope you've picked out a fun meal. If you want to share that in the chat, I would love to hear because oh, actually, I hope on Monday he makes peanut stew. I love peanut stew. I just don't like cooking anymore, but I love peanut stew. And I hope he said he makes a really good one, so I want some peanut stew. I hope he does that. So yeah, I hope you pick a fun meal and a fun activity to wind down completely for the weekend, okay? Megan said, I made some shrimp Alfredo yesterday. That sounds good. So I'm going to eat that. I also got another meal kit today. So tomorrow I'm going to try one of those recipes. It's really fun to be able to try the recipes. So I love that because a lot of times I'm like, I would have never chosen this, but this is actually pretty good. I'm not mad at it. Listen, Blue Apron used to be my favorite one as far as getting recipes and like all the ingredients. Yes. So no matter what, enjoy it, Megan. It's going to be absolutely delicious. Delicious. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. As I said, I'm Rashidat, your lifestyle coach and rest mentor, and I'm all about helping you create a life you fully enjoy, not just when at work. And if what I shared today was very helpful for you and you would like additional support in helping you to make this transition, I would love for you to join me inside of Jaiyé with Rashidat, where I teach you how to use my Rest to Rise blueprint. This is how to continue to be ambitious, but in a way that inspires and promotes rest. Um, how to continue to win in a way that promotes West, which is the opposite of capitalism. So if you are interested, you can send me a DM on Instagram. That link is in the chat. Or you could just head directly to my website at iamrashidot.com/Jaye and you can get all the details there. But yeah, I would love to be able to support you. It's an amazing flagship course in addition to community, and we do some group sessions as well to really help you make the shift, like change your behavior. Not just say you want a life and not just to have a vacation. Like, I want you to have a life of fully enjoying yourself. And this is what's going to help you do that. So, again, that's iamrashidot.com / Jaye. With that being said, y'all, it is so good to see you as always every single Friday. I enjoy you so, so much. If you are joining me on the replay, make sure you take a second to say hello. We'd love to hear your wins and celebrate them with you. I'd love to give you a sticker. I'd love to see you if you have a chance. But I'm so glad that you stopped in. So thank you. Have an amazing week, as Megan has said. Thank you. Thank you, Megan. I hope you have an amazing week too. Thank you for your well wishes for my date. I will see you next Friday, y'all. Enjoy yourself and have an amazing, amazing week. Let me go ahead and get the outro on here. I love it. All right. Thank you for resting with me. I'll see you next week.